you never heard of. Hey everybody, welcome to the Common Folk Podcast with Ben, Morgan, and Andy.
Welcome back to Common Folk.
Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, wow.
I'm not even
Time.
a football fan or a soccer fan, but I'm buying in.
Oh, gosh. It's constant on our TV.
Is it
it's
sucking
so
you in?
weird when it's not on.
No, but
not?
I'm really enjoying the all those videos of people like in Kansas City experiencing
Our food?
Yeah, smoked barbecue for the first time.
That's hilarious. That one Japanese guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's
I
eating that
still
big
haven't
ol'
seen it.
Dinosaur rib.
What does he say?
I think he says something to the effect of, I didn't know you could make meat into candy. It
Yeah.
tastes so good. It tastes so good.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. But I have seen a couple, or that one guy where he was like, my favorite thing is ranch. And he's taken 2 ranch bottles home.
It's been taken to a whole nother level. Have you seen they have like protocols now at the airports, international airports,
No.
like how to take ranch back to Europe. Like you can't put that on in your luggage. It has to be carry on. You can only have the 16.9 ounce or whatever it is. But yeah, there's like signs like it. Rare and everything else.
How could they have not had ranch? Like, someone's got to start that.
Oh, I think it's.
over there.
I think there's a ton of things. Like if you go to other countries, there'll be something that they have that you've never.
Yeah,
you've
true.
never tried
People
it.
are
You'd
like,
be like,
how
oh
do they
my
not?
God, why don't we have this?
Yeah.
We dove into this a couple of weeks ago on our sports betting show. We like to get into those prediction markets and then kind of have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to Google Trends and looked at what's trending. And the top 2 things that were trending at the time pertaining to the World Cup was ranch dressing recipe.
Really?
Yeah, that was
like
the top
they want
2.
to know how to make
Yeah,
it.
it was the top 2 things. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that reminds me of our years ago episode when we talked about
Yeah.
ranch.
Yeah.
That's
I wonder-
an old school episode.
I wonder who's like what brand or whatever's capitalizing on it.
Hidden Valley, duh.
I would think
It's
so.
gotta be.
The first thing I see when I Google it on Business Insider, it says airports are stocking up on a hot World Cup souvenir, bottles of ranch dressing.
Well, so like Europeans are like, they always kind of scoffed at pizza and how stupid that is. And then they, they're experiencing our pizza.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, then you can dip it in ranch? Wow.
Oh, hilarious. Yeah. I still need to see that guy with that video. But yeah, there's so many cool things. I felt like Sunday when they only had 1 game, it was weird. I was like, what? Why don't we have 2? Why don't we have games all day? Anyways, it's just a thing.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's always on at our house. And
Yeah, you guys are.
I mean,
you guys are a
USA plays
soccer-
this week.
Yeah,
So
you guys are a soccer family. Is the USA? They should have got through their group without losing or tying, right? But they did drop.
well,
one.
they put in their B squad.
Oh, okay.
Like they didn't
So why
want a
would you
lot
do
of those.
that?
Well, because it didn't matter. You were already through.
Oh.
Like, why are you going to injure the people if you're already going to go to the next round?
Oh, okay. I
So-
play to win the game, I guess.
I mean, it's
don't know.
stupid that
Not
they
wrong.
lost in the last few seconds. Like, let's be honest. But you know, it didn't affect them.
There's been a few games like that. I think Norway did the same thing.
Or then Spain. They
Yeah.
lost in that opening or tied Verde Island or something.
Just when these guys come in, when they come into these games, because the tournament is it's like a point system or whatever, right? There's all these different things they get points for. So when they come into these games knowing, because they've already stacked
Right.
the points,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if we win or lose this game. We're going
Okay.
on and this team's not, which is weird.
But I thought I saw speculation that the U.S. isn't going to get as good as a seed in the next group or the
That
next
could be.
round.
Oh,
That
yeah.
could
See,
be.
I don't know about that.
So
Yeah.
if you really want to set yourself up for success in the next level, the whatever group that matters most, like beat who you can beat.
Yeah.
I guess if they weighed whatever that seeding is versus potentially getting a star player out.
Right.
The other thing
And
that
they were thin, aren't they, with
Yeah.
injuries and stuff?
And the other thing that they've got going against them, all teams have going against them, I don't know if it's for the whole tournament or if it's specific to like certain sections of the tournament, but if you get 2 yellow cards, you're out. And a bunch of those guys have a yellow card for a penalty.
The band?
No,
What?
not the man. So,
So what?
and
Or-
that carries over from game
Yeah.
to game. So
Okay.
if you get a yellow card in one game and then you get a yellow card in the next game, that counts as a red, and you're out for the rest of the tournament.
Can you get a yellow card for like flopping, trying to fake out the official?
If you do it well
Yeah.
enough,
Yeah.
the person that supposedly hit you might get the yellow card.
Oh, so you're incentivized to.
Yeah.
Okay, very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
That's a. Okay.
I would
Yep.
say that's one thing that does bother me about soccer. They're really good fakers. I do have to say, though, I think this World Cup hasn't been as bad as some other games that I've seen in the past that are just ridiculous. I think hopefully the soccer guys have gotten the hint that everyone thinks they're pretty weak with like
Yeah.
these falls and then you hope you get a card. That I do feel like it's gotten better.
Well,
But
and I would just think that these are the best of the best, and they're uber competitive, and they're at the top of their game. Wouldn't they rather put their efforts towards trying to get to the ball and beat this guy rather than
like selling a fall.
selling a
I agree.
tumble?
Yeah.
I mean, I get LeBron James. He's like 56 years old and he's still in the NBA somehow. So, like, yes, make an industry of flopping. Do what you got to do, LeBron. I'm on board, you know? Like, he's like Microsoft. He's been in the NBA just cashing in for like 20 years now. So, I get that. I get that strategy. But these guys, you know, what? They're like 22, 23 years old.
Well, I mean,
get
Messi's
it.
39, Ronaldo's 41.
Yeah, and I heard Ronaldo's. It looks like he's lost a step.
I mean, depends. Are you talking in the sports category and the looks category?
Looks category, he hasn't at all. He
Jeez.
even looks better, if you ask me.
Okay.
He's a great looking
You
man.
think he just looks better?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just making
No,
fun of
I
it, but-
really don't know. He's definitely not as good as Messi, but the same.
Ooh,
He's not.
really?
No, he never has been.
Okay. I see some of this back and forth where and Ronaldo.
Yeah, but he didn't show up very well. I
yeah,
don't think.
I just saw that he didn't have a good opening game, or that's what the narrative was. And
Yeah.
people like you're like, see, Messi is number one. So I don't know. I really don't know.
I mean, I
I'm on the outside.
listen. I can't be on some sports show and talk that much info, but I can just talk a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Messi's with Argentina.
you got it.
That's a
Correct.
country. All right.
But
Yeah.
did you know that The Simpsons predicted who's going to be in the World Cup? They predicted this in
the
1996. Yes.
Okay. So who is it?
Portugal and Mexico.
That's quite a long shot, isn't it?
I mean, Portugal, Ronaldo has never won. So, I mean, if we
Now's the time.
think things are
Okay.
corrupt, which NFL, all that stuff is pre-planned, this is probably two. So, hence The Simpsons has planned a lot of things. Hence, he was in on the Epstein stuff.
I'm going to write this down. Portugal and who?
Mexico.
And Mexico.
But it's a long shot for Mexico to make it to the finals.
Yeah.
It
But-
says that the Simpsons episode was in 1997.
07. I thought it was 1996.
But either way, I mean, that's
Yeah.
a long time ago.
It is. That's quite the deal. And Simpsons have been right before.
Exactly. They've been right
Yeah.
about a lot of things.
Are you guys? I did see there's some a little kerfluffle, if you will.
Okay.
Iran's all mad that they're not getting catered to enough, and that they have to travel before and after games. They don't get to stay at the hotel closest to the arena.
Oh, I've not
And
heard
they're
this.
speculating it's because our president is being mean and ordering them not.
I don't understand how any of that shit even works. Like how are we literally at war with somebody, killing them, brutally killing them, dropping bombs on their schools,
Okay.
but we're like, oh yeah, come play a soccer game.
Yeah.
Send some people over. Let's play a game.
Yeah, that is kind of odd.
They
It makes no damn sense to me.
they play through the Olympics too, doing that stuff.
I,
So.
I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Are we actually mad at each other, or
Ooh, are the people mad at each other, or just some government people?
I think when you dig into that, for sure,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a totally different thing. But the government who's in charge of all this shit, there's stories of them having turned away a bunch of people at customs. Like I saw a story of one of the referees. The guy
Yeah.
was slated to be a referee
Okay.
in the World Cup, and he was coming over from some other country, and they turned him around at customs.
Okay.
They wouldn't accept him.
And what did it have the reason why, or was he a
I
spy?
remember hearing
or
it. It was
what?
something super basic.
But to your point, Andy, I think that's pretty petty. I mean, it's easy to push blame, but like, what is the one hotel 10 minutes closer than the other one? Get out of town.
Well,
that's ridiculous. How old are we?
Well, I think they were saying they're playing like in Seattle and their hotel's in Mexico. So there was a little bit of some
that's
legwork.
a little bit different
this says
than 10 minutes. But.
It was a Somali referee denied entry into the United States at Miami due to vetting concerns. They said he was inadmissible, citing derogatory information, including possible association with suspected members of terrorist organizations.
Don't be a terrorist.
Let's just make it as vague as possible.
Right.
He
Let's
might
add a lot of words in there.
He might be associated with a terrorist organization. So are you trying to tell me that if you dug into every single Iran player and their families and whoever else that's coming over here, that you're not going to find some kind of association with somebody that has it out for the U.S.?
You are on quite a tight line here. You know, I mean, you better look out, man.
It's just wild. It's wild to me. Like, wouldn't you just be like, yo, we can't even come to terms on anything.
Right.
You are not coming over here for this soccer game. Sorry about it.
Well, and maybe he's a shitty official, and that was the thing. Like, we can't have this guy being an official. Just call him a racist or a terrorist or something. Whatever it is. Just we cannot afford to have him bounce us in Group A.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, crazy.
But that's one thing with that I admire and I love about sports so much is as soon as the clock starts and the ball is put in play, politics are brushed to the side.
Yeah.
However, politics can't help themselves. They got to get involved. They have to get involved. There's so many eyeballs. There's so many players at play. And when you're talking the FIFA World Cup, probably the most, I mean, it is. It's the biggest tournament. It's the biggest, you could say scam, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
You want to call it a tournament or a scam but whatever. It brings a lot of people together. It's fun. I'm on board. I like it. I don't care for soccer, but I think it's pretty cool.
I mean, I haven't enjoyed all these water breaks, and I was hearing why, and it's for money. I mean, millions for commercials.
Yeah.
Soccer doesn't do breaks.
Yes, we do. This is
No,
America, and we're selling
don't.
pickup trucks. Yes, we do.
This is
Selling
not the
pickup
Super Bowl.
You goddamn.
Okay,
No,
so we
it is
have
now.
to now make a commercial.
If we're hosting this and FS1 is paying whatever it was, $1.2 billion to have the rights, and YouTube chipped in on it that as well, you are getting a commercial on the water break.
I've actually
I
been
just think it's
surprised to
dumb.
see that how much of it is just on over-the-air bunny ears Fox. Like that's where we're watching a ton of it, just on channel 42.
They're trying. No, they bought the rights and they're trying to get it out as much as possible.
Yeah.
So much so, I think if you are a vetted YouTube channel, even a small one, you can live stream legally on your channel the first 10 minutes of any match you want. They don't care. Like, YouTube bought the rights to it, and they're like, guys, get it out there, get it out there, get the interest, get the eyeballs on it, and with that, you're gonna have to watch a commercial.
Right.
So, God damn it. And you
I
know
mean,
what?
I don't really
like Gatorade
care.
low sugar. I mean, I didn't know it was so good, but Gatorade low sugar and strawberry kiwi, that's great.
I'm just thinking of the players. You get in a groove. Like, no, I'm serious, Andy.
I care about the players' welfare.
No.
Yeah, this
But
isn't
I'm
about
just-
the players.
True,
This is
it's
about
not.
the
But I'm just
money.
saying, this is dumb. Like, let them play the freaking game. But no, everything, like we always says, goes back to money. Money, greedy bullshit.
To your point, there are ways around it, but I want to, especially if I am a network head, I need to maximize that. One way, a simple way, and we've done it on our network, is you do a small little screen and play the commercial on the lower right
Okay,
hand
do
corner.
that. Then that's fine.
I just told you I want to maximize. I got to maximize. I want the whole screen.
That's
Oh my
probably
God.
worth a lot less, right?
Exactly.
You would charge the company that's advertising with you less for that.
Why? Take the volume off the soccer game, make it the commercial, and the soccer game's still tiny but still there.
They do that in NASCAR a lot.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's a good way to do it, but it doesn't raise an eyebrow and it doesn't get people's attention.
If you
know, like right
change the
now-
audio,
Yeah.
that's what's going to get people's attention.
The audio?
Take the audio
I think
off the game, put it on the commercial, but still have the game up there.
But that's not threatening the integrity of the game itself. That's not going to get me to stop and say, like, why the hell am I watching a Ford F-150 commercial? You know, and then without even thinking twice, I just said Ford F-150.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
I don't know. The marketer in me is like, shut up, get on board. You assholes wouldn't be making millions of dollars. The players, the coaches, even the officials, that official, that lucky asshole, I bet he got paid for the games before he had to do it, and then they turned him away. He's like, great, I don't have to officiate these games when I got paid. So, like, my point is, you're all in on this, and if you don't want your paycheck, then okay, we're going to take this commercial away. And I bet every single one of them bring it to a vote. They're like, no. We like playing, this tournament for whatever they're getting paid to do it.
Can I bitch about something else?
Oh boy.
It's on the same level, but there's like some announcers on Fox that are talking about this tournament, and I can't understand their English.
Oh, they're like real English.
They're from another country, and they've been ex-soccer players, and I do like that you're bringing in, they know the knowledge, but like, I can't really understand you, and you're on TV all freaking day. It's not when the game's playing. It's like when they're in the studio. Yeah. Can you talk louder?
So I thought you were getting at like when Austin Powers and his dad, like, should we speak English or real English? And they speak like really fast and they use their accents.
Yes, they're like using, yes. And I'm like, I don't feel that old, but I'm feeling like an old person when I'm listening to it.
You sound like your white privilege is coming out.
Oh, I'm not saying that at all. But you would think there's a lot of ex-soccer players that could speak a little bit clearer.
Yeah.
That would be getting, to your point, a big paycheck for us to watch.
I think
and understand better.
I think the people that are running it probably actually like it. Because it like
differentiates
an element to their game, to their show that this is truly a worldwide thing.
Okay, I guess I could see that.
But once again, it's like it's more about creating a stir, getting people to talk about it than it is to.
And I don't know if I've heard that anywhere. That's just literally my interpretation of what I've seen.
Yeah. That's a lot more than I've seen.
I thought what I think has been interesting on that front is like you're used to seeing these American announcers talking the way that they talk, saying the things they say, how they dig in, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I hear some of these guys, and it's like I feel like they're not even really saying anything. Like they're just kind of like touching on the surface of a couple of things. They're not giving me any substance.
Yeah.
But then I think, well, maybe that's how it is where you come from. Like that's how you guys announce, or whatever. So
it's kind of like, meh. But during the game, I love the announcers. And Landon Donovan, he's an ex-USA player. He's played, and he's now announcing with I don't know, the other guy that he's always been on there. And they're good. They get you. Yeah.
Yep. Well, see, and he's a product of United States and United States entertainment, sports entertainment, television, and what you're talking about, Ben, and you're spot on. I just think of like the Fox crew that does NFL games. I mean, it is cutthroat to get to do like a Sunday night game versus an afternoon game.
Okay.
And the uproar that Tom Brady gets to do the headline game when Greg Olson has been doing it for years, and they're so polished and they have so much knowledge and they're so good at delivering that knowledge in a way that I could consume. Simpletons watching, and you just get spoiled. You get spoiled by that.
And maybe that's it. I'm not very spoiled.
And then you grab some dope from Brazil or Portugal who speaks broken English and doesn't really have much to say other than like, oh, that's really good. He's like really good. He's like so good. And I mean, we just don't put up with that shit on an NFL
and I
national
think
broadcast.
that I'm like looking at them like, one, I don't understand you very well, and what did you add to this? Yes, that's so true, Ben. I don't know. You'll have to listen to it or watch it a little bit more because since you're not.
ESPN's been doing that crap for a while where they'll roll out somebody and it's more. It feels like a hire that's not necessarily on merit, but more of DEI type crap, and it just doesn't go over very well at all. They get exposed that they don't know what they're talking about. You're trying to help this person or that individual or these people of this gender or whatever we're getting into. And it's like, oh, actually, you really hurt him. You just exposed that he doesn't know shit about what we thought he knew he was talking about.
Yeah.
He delivered it in a terrible way, and he looks like shit. And so like everything that you were trying to promote and help move along and move up this ladder, this scale, you just fucking demolished it.
Yeah.
And all he needed was the opening scene of the broadcast to prove that this is all bullshit.
Yeah.
So like it goes the other way in a hurry.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
But to your point, I just think we were very spoiled in our
Probably.
television
Maybe
and
that's it.
sports production.
I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah.
Because I even thought of a couple of their random USA players they had on kind of talking about the game. And
Yeah.
I was like, you didn't even add much either. And you do speak good English. I don't know. It just didn't seem well packaged.
Right. Yeah. And you notice it. I mean, you don't even notice what you noticed, but you noticed it.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. And maybe it is because we're spoiled with football and all the other good stuff.
Well, and I've been doing TV broadcasts as a color analysis now, for analysts for 7 years,
Yeah.
8 years. And so I do. Like, I really notice those little fine details, and I try to make myself better, and I try to study what kind of a defense they're going to be playing and then break it down so everybody understands, and it's hard. It's
Right.
actually hard. Like,
Yeah.
to
You have
have
a lot of empathy for that.
yeah, to have fun, you got to make it fun and upbeat, but then speak clearly and not talk over people or talk down to people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get it. I get where they're coming from.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't want to do it. I just going to complain about it, I guess. I'm not complaining. I'm just bringing it up. Okay.
Yeah. It's 4th of July time, Independence Day.
USA.
Yeah, we're talking a little bit about U.S. here on soccer, which, and some of the things, were we talking about this before, or did we talk about this on the recording? Just all the cool stuff. Yeah, we were talking about the ranch and all that, all the cool stuff that's going on, like people just getting excited about the U.S.
Yeah, isn't it beautiful? Like so many of these videos for Europeans saying, we've been lied to about the United States. This place is fucking awesome. Look at this Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
What is this? I thought it was a gas station, but no, there's sushi, there's steak, the way I want, made to order. Like, what's going on here?
Right.
So it's cool to see all these nations come in and say, like, no, you know what, USA, you're doing some pretty cool stuff here.
Yeah.
This is pretty awesome. Like Atlanta, you guys all said this is a shithole. This city's great. The transportation's great. The restaurants are awesome. The people are nice. And just I just pulled out Atlanta, put in Houston, put in Seattle, put in Kansas City. So I think that's refreshing. And I'll go back to it because we're starting to hear all the stories and things come out of the UFC on the White House lawn. That was awesome. Like, you can argue it. You can say that it's the White House, it's sacred, this and that.
Yeah.
No, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And what a better way to, I don't know, bring that too. Like, what a cool line that was, where you're bringing all these different nations together, fighters from this country, that country, the United States. And it just happened that the underdog from the United States won the championship fight at the end there. Like, it was so cool. He was a 6-1 dog on some books.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can't get over it. It was so cool.
Yeah. That's neat to see, like, exactly like you said, those people just getting excited, experiencing some new things, and kind of gives you some...
little perspective, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, because
enjoy your freedoms.
We always hear so much negative stuff, and we don't, like, getting to see that perspective from those other folks, kind of helps you think about what maybe you've forgotten about.
Exactly.
Right?
And appreciate what you got.
Yeah.
And it also reinvigorates me to keep fighting to save and preserve what we have, whether it's freedom of speech, whether it's the right to own a home, property, travel freely, like all of it. Like, you cannot be enough of a psycho, in my mind, to try and fight for your rights to do whatever the goddamn thing you want to do. I really feel that way. And if you get into reading the Declaration and this and that, those guys that wrote that they lived through real tyranny.
Yeah.
And that's why they're so staunch on, every man's created equal and all those things. It was sloppy. It was messy. It still is. But God damn it, we're doing a lot of really cool things the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the notes I had written down for this particular topic was basically, are we still living the way those founders intended us to live, by these certain, like, values and guidelines and rules and, the stuff that they established. And not that they had everything 100% correct, right? I mean, naturally some stuff they would have had wrong, but a lot of what they wanted to do and put together was great, and it was the next level of thinking, and it was going to be was going to make the greatest country on the planet. But to that question, I mean, how far have we strayed from those original ideals, and how far have we not?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think there's plenty of whistleblowers. People just need to pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think for a long time, there's just so much trust put in, let's say, to legacy media and to newspapers. And I think from the get-go, newspapers were, and look it up, they're just a device to get a mass of people on one side or the other. So, and now I think that's just coming crashing down in a hard way. But now you got to be skeptical of your social media feed, of your reel, however you consume information. Think, just take a moment and think, who wants me to see this and why?
Right.
Why is this showing up here? And if you just have that thought, just that alone will safeguard you from a lot of the, bullshit traps and group thinking, hive mind, I've seen it called.
Yeah.
Right.
But obviously there is some, we have strayed a little bit, right, Ben? I mean, I can't have 3 goddamn chickens in my backyard.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm not going to give that up, by the way.
Good.
I'm not going to give that up. I got the form to fill out. We're going to fill that out. Maybe even get a petition. We'll see what's going on here.
We weren't going to bring it up because we knew it was like a little sensitive subject. I'm sure glad you did. I wanted to ask.
It is sensitive, and I think it goes against everything that's American. And it's embarrassing. I felt a huge wave of embarrassment during COVID, where I'm trying to broadcast high school sports, and the NSAA and all the, in all these organizations just canceled things like marching band contests. The American Legion canceled baseball due to COVID. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Let me have my freedom where, oh my God, there's this thing that's almost like a common cold. I'm so worried about my son playing baseball with his buddies and having fun and enjoying the summer. We're going to keep him out of it. That should be my freedom. That should be my right. Right?
Also, what's being factored in there is, and this is something that I think's gotten out of control, is like litigation. Like a lot of those organizations probably made that decision for no other reason other than if someone gets sick at this thing, it's going to come back to that fact that we could have canceled it and we didn't, and now we're screwed. They're going to sue us and we're buried.
Yeah, we gotta pony up and not worry about being sued. Call the bluff. Call out the bluff. Okay, fucking sue me. Fucking sue me.
Yeah.
And joke's on you. I'm fucking broke. Or whatever it is.
You're not gonna get much.
Like imagine if Plattsmouth and Waverly and a few other towns, just pick a name, were to say, all right, American Legion, fine, we will not play American Legion baseball, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to play baseball games on our town-owned baseball field, and it's going to be the same teams with the same coaches, but it's not American. Like, just do it. Just do the damn thing. Enjoy your freedoms. Fight back.
So what you're talking about, if you look at that, if you rewind to 1776, what you're talking about essentially is what they did.
Yes, exactly.
Where they said, I'm tired of you telling me how I'm going to do things. I'm tired of you telling me how I have to spend my money. I'm tired of you telling me that I owe you this and that, and I have no power and no control over my own destiny.
Yeah.
Screw you. We're going to go do this.
Yeah.
And that's part of where, what I'm saying here, like, have we strayed from the original intent?
I think we have. People gotten scared and just cower down and do what is told and don't fight back, for sure.
Yeah.
It's easier.
Yeah, whether it's being scared of being sued or whatever. And I was thinking of similar type of thoughts that could pertain to all this and kind of what Europe's going through with some of these gang rapes, of illegal immigrants, legal immigrants, whatever, mass immigration. And the cover-up that went with that, everyone was just so freaking scared of being called a racist, being sued, being whatever, being thrown in jail by their own government for speaking out. And we got to guard against that. And the line I'm getting to here is all that has to happen for evil to persist is good men do nothing.
True. Yeah.
That's so when you see something evil, like taking away a freedom to be sustainable, feed your family eggs, you got to stand up and say, nope, this is the start of something evil. This is how people become Nazis. And I'm not over speaking this.
Yeah.
A big part of how people can go down this line of becoming something just heinous, like a Nazi, is just cut by cut.
Right.
Like stroke by stroke.
Slowly by slowly,
And
yeah.
if you just allow these little things to just keep adding up, you'll find yourself in a place with no freedoms, and then powerless to protect your daughters, protect your home, have 3 chickens in your backyard. And that's why we're 250 years old. We're at this, like, it feels like a fork, you know, like, are we going to crumble like every civilization the planet's seen before? Or are we going to rise to the occasion? And I think the American spirit, after watching UFC 250, hosting the World Cup and seeing everyone from around the world saying, this is fucking awesome. Barbecue? And then you smoke the barbecue? And then you wrap it in bacon?
And then it tastes like
It's
candy?
it's a great, it's a great reminder that, no, this is America. Knock it off. HOAs, stick it up your ass. You know, we gotta take a stand.
Yeah.
You know, and and it's not even fighting back. It's just protecting what we already have, what our forefathers already set in motion, and what we're enjoying right now. And to your point, Ben, it wasn't all done right. I don't think it could have been.
Right.
But a lot of great things, great ideas were put in motion, and we've been able to enjoy it. And you could say that we're the weak men, right? Mm-hmm. We're the ones getting to enjoy the shade of the tree, and we're chopping the tree down, however that saying goes.
Right.
It's time to wake up.
Yeah.
Stop chopping down the tree.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think part of what the problem is now is that we've got it so good
Yes.
that many people just need something to be mad about. Like, they need problems in their life.
You think?
Right.
Like just something to talk about?
No, I mean, I just think that, like, in the human psyche, for so many people, they need that drama, those problems, you know, something that has to be like that they have to attack or whatever.
Yeah.
And like basically to justify their day-to-day existence. Like, they've got it so good. Like, as an example, let's just take, you know, the small situation that you have going on there. You have people around you, or maybe one person, or I don't know how many, who have it so good. They're just sitting in their house. They're collecting their Social Security checks. They're collecting their retirement checks. It doesn't matter. They can go to the grocery store as many times as they want. They got plenty of gas. They have all these things. They have no problems.
Yeah.
Nothing significant.
Right.
And then they look out the window and they see chickens, and they're like, oh, fuck no, that ain't allowed. Okay, well, yeah, all right, now I can get on this.
That's what I was told
I can start
happened,
attacking
too.
this.
I was told a neighbor called us in. I was told one of our neighbors called us in. Like, how un-American is that?
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I'm saying.
Oh my
like,
gosh, did you go knock on everyone's doors to ask who it was?
I would never do that because I'm not a narc, and I love my neighbors.
yeah,
And I want people to do what they want to do.
Right.
I want to preserve that right for them.
Yeah.
people just manufacture so many of these types of things.
But I'm
that-
saying it wouldn't
I'm
have been
all
a big
for this too. Manufacture your problems because you don't have any, but know what you're doing. Make it count.
But why
How's that
couldn't-
going to push the envelope forward, taking away my kids' pets?
Right, yeah.
But why couldn't that neighbor have just come to you and said something rather than turning you in? I remember, you'll remember this.
Communism
There was
is cool.
a little old lady that had moved behind us, not much after we had moved to the lake. And I guess we just always leave our front porch lights on the front, and we were leaving the back.
Oh my
She
God.
came down with cookies and also gave us cookies and asked if it would be okay that we shut off the backlights because it's shining through one of her windows. And in my head, I was like, oh my God, are we serious right now? You can't put up a blind. But then I also thought, wow, this is actually nice that you're asking rather than just like going to tattle on me somewhere.
Put it on Facebook.
Posting it, yeah, for all you
Exactly.
people who don't
Media.
turn your lights off at night.
So truly, we did, and
Yeah.
she was very kind. We never had any issues with her
I
ever. But so, like, my point
absolutely
is,
love
why
that.
couldn't have this person
Yeah.
just chose to like talk to you about it?
That's
like,
also like, I think part of that too is a generational thing. Like,
is it?
that lady, again, like today, we've got it so good.
Yeah.
And that lady probably had seen some things, you know, in her life that like this issue doesn't even begin to measure up
Well,
against.
we're just
you know
assuming
what I mean?
she's old. What if she's a young lady?
Well, I'm just saying this particular lady that.
Oh,
that
you're
you-
talking about
yeah,
ours. I thought you meant
yeah.
Andy's. Okay.
Like it was all perspective for her. Like, oh, this isn't that big of a deal, and these are just people, and we talk to people, and all. You know, she doesn't have social media. She doesn't hide behind her phone and send messages and all this kind of shit.
I'm going to give her more credit than that. No, she's neighborly. She's a good human
being. Right.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of that
cookies?
came. That's where a lot of that came from because because they had experienced trouble, big trouble in life. They haven't experienced what social media does for them, those kinds of things. I mean, that shit, like, they talk about how social media is like, it brings us all together. We can all communicate. We can stay in contact with our family in Florida and see what the kids are doing, all this kind of stuff. No, actually, what it does even more is separate people.
Of course.
It does that way more than bring people together.
Dehumanizes big time. And you're just allowed to say whatever you want to say without any repercussion.
Yeah.
Could you imagine some of the stuff that's posted on X if you're going to say that about that person to their face?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Ain't happening.
Right. And I'll go back to our sports betting show. We were on like a heater for like 2 or 3 weeks, just nailing all these crazy bets, and then I'd repost them like, wow, look at this. We nailed it. We hit it. We made it. We cashed in, and we had the views, but no one comment. And then after 2 weeks of that, we missed one, and we post everything, we're transparent. And that was the first time we got a comment, was just someone trolling us. I'm like,
You're like, of course.
I was telling the folks, we have a weekly meeting for Farm Focused, and I was telling them just this week we got a couple of negative comments on some social media posts, and I was like,
congratulations.
That's what I said. I was like, that's when people are paying attention, man, because they just start talking. Like, they were mad about like a graphic that we created for the 4th of July promo or whatever, like just dumb stuff, right?
Jeez.
But yeah, I look at it and I'm like, that's great. Yeah. People are paying attention. They're talking.
Abraham Lincoln never rode a Velociraptor with an AR-15 at his side.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Look it up.
Yeah. I think part of the other problem too, where we've strayed from where this was originally intended, is the division that's been created, and in particular by the political parties, by the ushering in of these political parties.
Yeah.
And what we see now is on almost everything, it's a 50-50 split. It's Democrats say this, Republicans say this.
Yeah.
But what has happened over the years is like some things that Republicans stand for today, they didn't 50 years ago, and Democrats stood for, and vice versa.
Oh.
So it's like when you look at all that, it has to really make you question if you identify as one of these or the other.
Yeah.
What are you like? Are you really identifying as something? Like, look at it, because this thing that you're pissed about, those people that you don't like were pissed about the same thing 50 years ago. So were you actually one of them? Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, and so there's two sides to that for me. It's good to have an evolution of a thought, like a progressive thought. Like, okay, we were against that, but we got to square that up. We got to reevaluate, and that's kind of meeting in the middle, going with the other. But I think what you're getting at is, your principles were saying this, and now you've totally flipped to where that's fine, so now your principles just not matter anymore.
Yeah.
So like, there's a fine line right there where you're not a man of principle. You don't stand for anything. You just stand for whatever this algorithm is telling you to, whether it's whatever.
I think, and I'm no expert on politics, but I just think political parties just need to go away. Like, what? I don't really understand what the point of them is. Do you know?
Cause division, right?
Exactly. That's it.
Keep the ball bouncing.
I mean, we sit here as three.
I think all governments, kind of
Americans in our 40s who have been living in this country for 40 years, and none of us can say what the point is of the political party.
Well, and
it's to have a debate on stage against your other one.
And talking to people like my parents and the generation above us, and they're like, well, at least the government's there. I'm like, don't we deserve a better explanation? At least it's there. Right. At least it's there. Yeah. I mean, I love highways and schools, public schools, and this and that, but it's like, there's a lot of corruption going on, though, isn't there?
If you look at it, there more people than not share beliefs from both parties.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like you as an individual, you have, and I'll just call them Democratic beliefs and Republican beliefs. You have both, and most people do. So you get forced into this specific title or description or whatever, and then all of a sudden you have to start falling in line with all of that.
And they're just a broad stroke, dumbass thing where everybody agrees that women should have rights, but that Democrats take that. That's what if you love women and you love American women having rights and being able to vote, you're a Democrat. I also like being able to protect myself. I love my guns. I love to have, my firearms. I love my shotgun when it comes to pheasant season and turkey season. Well, okay, that means you're Republican.
Yeah.
If you love guns, you're Republican.
Right.
So right there. No, those are two things that I think most people on some level agree that both things should be awarded or afforded to everyday Americans, every citizen on the world, Yeah. I love that saying too. These simple, stupid sayings carry so much weight, but an armed society is a polite society.
Yeah. It's those people that are pulling the strings have just done a very good job of dividing and making us pay attention to those types of things that don't advance us, that don't help us.
Yeah, make you believe that, you don't love women or you don't think women should have the right to vote because you're a Republican.
Yeah, and
and
just like the gaslighting, like if you support that guy, then you're for abortion.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Just
like
so much gaslighting going on.
Oh, so I guess you're just cool with school shootings, huh? That's really wow, you're a great guy.
Just because you like ARs or something. Yeah.
That kind of shit. And like I said, so much of it comes back down to those political lines, those parties.
Yeah.
Like which side are you on? And when you again, like how do we move forward when it is almost exactly a 50-50 split on everything? You know what I'm saying? Like that just shows you right there that the system is fucked. Yeah. Because you can't, like, so much stuff that gets passed and people that get elected, like in the presidential election and shit like this, it's within a couple percentage points. So you are saying right there that only half of the country supports this move, but just over half.
And it's not even supports it wholeheartedly; they just support it
because they had to pick.
It's like lesser the greater evil.
Yeah.
You're like, which one's kind of okay to pick?
But I think that American spirit is still alive and well, and it will produce organically better candidates if we just get away from this black and white ideology and understand that most people agree. Most people want what's best for each other. I think 99.9% of all of our neighbors want us to be able to live in a free society.
Yeah.
Ben, you were on a HOA committee where they weren't allowed to have basketball hoops.
Right.
I think that's bullshit. But whatever. That was the rule.
Yeah.
And how many times did you have to go out there and say like, nope, take down your basketball hoop?
Oh, I personally didn't do it, but the board did multiple times.
And then did you guys have a committee that reported to the board, and then the board would go back to the committee and see, like, there's government right there at work making sure that nothing fucking happens. Yeah. Right there. It's like, wow. And this you just bring it down to such a small level where I thought this was just a fun little lake community outside of town.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that, there's got to be rules and law and stuff like that. Yeah. I think there does.
Yeah.
On a number of things in particular.
Right.
But, yeah, you have to find the difference between, is this something that is going to, how do you make the decision on whether this should be a rule or not? Like, is it going to threaten human life or destruction to property or something like that? Like, if that's your line, you know what I mean? Like, that would be a good line.
So Ashley's line is, do not tattle unless somebody's going to get hurt or somebody could get hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I remember saying that too. Like, figure it out.
Yeah,
like,
figure it out.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do sometimes. And it's so much easier to just have a committee figure it out for me.
Right.
I want to give and that's where a lot, I think this AI and other bullshit's going too. It's like, no. I don't want to have to think for myself. It's so much easier to just be told what to think. And that's what I think these two parties are really trying to do is think for you, make you feel good about your decision. You know what? He's right. I don't like school shootings.
Yeah.
What a great thought. That's me. That's my thought.
I think, I don't know that this was necessarily their original intent, but I think what they are today is intended to sow division. I think that is one of their primary goals, is to make sure that we stay divided and that we stay on the side. You know, if I'm X party, that we make sure we keep everybody divided, but we stay on the side that's just a couple % higher.
Yeah.
Because then we can keep getting paid, we can keep getting our people hired, we can keep moving the agendas that we want to move.
We can keep this corruption going on.
Yeah.
Whether it's, fleecing the homelessness problem in California, the daycare centers, leering centers in Minnesota.
Right.
But look over here.
Yeah.
Fight amongst yourselves. We got to pull this scam off.
Back to the original question, I don't think that's what our founders intended. And we've come so far from that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And the stuff that you're describing right there is what the king was doing to the original settlers here in the U.S., was doing that same kind of thing. Telling them, look over here, this is how, don't pay attention to this.
Yeah.
Keep sending your tax money to me, on and on and on.
Well, and so I want to be clear. I think rules and regulations are very, very important. They kind of like mirror like 10 Commandments, like don't murder, don't steal, don't cheat, these type of things. But you don't need layer upon layer upon layer of government. And the more government you have, the more that this door is opened up for corruption, for evil, for bad things where it makes no sense. Whether it's this or that, having a basketball hoop, like that's the rule. Right. Don't question it. Man, that's what the forefathers had in mind?
Right. Yeah. But again, and then just go back to the fact that we've got it so good.
Yeah.
Like
that's a complaint, is the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been something that wasn't considered in the 1800s.
Right.
Because there was real problems.
There really, really was.
Yeah. Where now
tyranny.
We've got it so good that we're like, man, we got to have something to bitch about.
Yeah. 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 And I think you're onto something there, where you're saying it's this party and that party, or these three parties bickering and throwing this shit out there for you to consume, thinking for you, creating a hive mind. I saw a video, and I got to create content for YouTube, so I'm part of the problem. But this video is so awesome. I think it was in Houston, but it was after that day's games of the World Cup, and it was Brazil fans dancing and hugging, and there was people from Canada hugging and dancing with them, and people from Japan, and I think those people from the Netherlands. But think of all those different countries coming together in Houston, Texas, all just having a blast over a game that I think stupid, soccer. But I'm all for it. But to your point, that is where people are all on the same page for the most part.
Yep.
To where they can put all these differences aside and just enjoy the moment, enjoy football, enjoy America. Houston's awesome. There's so much to do there. And, you take governments out of it, you take all these things, these forces trying to separate us, you're left with a bunch of people coming together and enjoying a soccer game.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just trying to layer on your point there, where it does feel like there's these forces above us, you could say, that are just trying to divide us and create problems for us.
Yeah. So we've talked about that we've strayed from the original intent in many ways. How do we fix it?
Ugh.
I'm just in my little world, right? I'm just going through the motions, doing what I can, So there are ways, right? Ways within the rules to do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What's your answer to that?
I don't know.
Because I don't want chaos.
Yeah.
I don't want chaos.
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't. But you look at the revolution and all those kinds of things that happened then, and there would have been tough times. There was a lot of bad things happening, but things a lot of times have to get worse before they get better. I just don't know. I think
I feel like a lot of the chaos nowadays, especially you see on the news, is all manufactured, paid for, and bought.
Yeah. What I do know is that for sure, the people have the power when they're in quantities. right? So if there's more of you that want to do something than the amount of people that don't want you to do it, then the more of you are going to win.
Right.
Yeah.
So
The mass always wins.
right. So when you look at government, it's like the government telling us all these things that we don't like. There's way more of us than there is them. But when you come down and you split the population between 50-50, then all of a sudden you start losing that numbers game, because now you've got these two against each other, and neither one of them is going to do anything to this third party that's making all the rules. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is all, in my opinion, this is all by design. When the reality is that if we would just all realize that Democrat and Republican is bullshit, we share a lot of the same beliefs. We all agree on X, Y, Z. Let's come together and make that change,
And
demand
like
that change.
overrule the government, basically, is what you're saying?
In a way.
Not really overrule it, but you're saying let's vote for a candidate that doesn't just adhere to these stupid ideas.
The problem is I think that's what we're led to believe, is that that's all you have to do. But in reality, that doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
We can't. The system is so messed up that we can't. That doesn't, like, our votes aren't really doing anything anymore.
It's like that guy in California. What's it? The Pratt
Newsom?
guy. Everyone's so excited.
Oh, Chris Pratt.
No, not him. Is it the
He's
Pratt
running?
guy? It's like Heidi.
actor?
Yeah,
No, you're talking about. Well, yeah, he's a former actor and reality star.
Yes.
He's running for governor. Yeah,
okay.
Pratt.
Yeah, is it Pratt?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, but then the other side of that is like, well, he was plotted there. They needed him to do that, but yet other people are still pulling his strings, and those Palisades fires were planted anyways, and people
We've
that
just
had
got- we've got
it's like it's
so-
all so twisted. How do you even know who could be a real person?
There's so many of like these romanticized political figures,
Sure.
that come in and out of the game. Like, as an example, not too many episodes ago, we talked about this dude running for governor in Iowa.
Yeah.
And you look at all the stuff that he's running on, and you're like, this dude's going to make a change. This is going to be get him, and this is going to be phenomenal. I've heard this story before. We've done this dance.
Yeah.
None of them have ever made any changes, like anything
Because they get
substantive.
paid off, or someone wants them to do something else when they're in.
Or the power that's stronger than them that doesn't want them to do it, make sure they don't get elected.
Yeah.
It's just
And even when they do get elected, I do think there's an element of the deep state, like
Yeah.
get in your place.
Agree.
And also, we'll put up a wall. We're going to advert as much of this as possible. You're only going to be there for 4 years or 2 years. We can get through this.
Yeah. So in the end, again, what I go back to is like, it's not about these politicians. It's not about these people that we vote in. It's about us.
Yes.
And if the people would just come together and say, look,
Stop being tattletales.
yeah, like we are not we are
Whoa.
not going to accept this
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Throw a few people in jail?
Yeah, and they actually have, because it's such a threat.
And the reality is when you look at it, like the people who are going to be throwing you in jail, like the police officers, probably feel the same way that you do.
Of course.
So a lot of them are going to be like, yeah, I'm not enforcing that.
I better, yep. And there's a lot of that going on, too.
Right.
A
Yeah.
lot more recently where just these wacky, quacky laws or bylaws that have been put in place are just getting ignored
Yeah.
because that's not American. It's un-American.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't think that, I think people would look at that and go, oh man, you can't promote that. You can't promote people just, going out and doing whatever they want, whenever they want. I don't think that that's what would happen, because I think there's many more people that know the difference between good and bad,
Right.
right and wrong.
Of course.
So all the people that would want to do the wrong in that fashion would just get outruled by the ones that want to do the right anyway. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Of course. And most people are courteous and want to come up with they would rather come up to you with a plate of cookies, freshly
Yeah.
baked, and say, hey, that porch light is kind of bright when we're trying to go to bed. Could you turn that off if you're not using it?
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
some cookies. I
Yeah.
think there's way more people in America. And that's why I still feel I have a lot of hope and a lot of, I don't know, I think America's in a good place. I think we're in a better place than any civilization, any nation before us.
Yeah.
And people coming in from the World Cup are all saying that. They're all echoing that. Like, just keep this fucking thing going.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not on that complete same page.
You're not up there yet?
I'm not either. I actually was just going to say, and I don't want to be the negative Nancy, but I just think it's just too easy to bitch. Again, it's too easy for that whoever called you in. It would have been it's too easy to just call the HOA and XYZ, you don't like this, then do what that lady did.
I'm not gonna
People resort to convenience.
Of course they do, and they like having their thoughts made for them.
Yeah.
Just be aware of it and don't fall into that.
Yeah. I hope that's you can only hope to be better. I mean, that's like us the other night. Our neighbors, literally, we were totally in bed and they're lighting off. I mean, it sounded like it was
get into this.
Just in my freaking bedroom. And I'm like, are you serious right now? And I'm like, we are so old. And then I'm like, you know what? What are we going to do about it? Okay, I could call. It's not 4th of July yet, whatever. No, or if we really hated it, we could have walked our asses over there. We didn't. It ended. I would have liked to have gone to bed an hour before I did. But it was what it was. You know, you just get over it. Like, quit being a Karen.
I had that exact thought a couple of days ago.
Did you?
Where I love fireworks so much. Because two thoughts will shoot through your mind. And the first one is, you're a Karen. It's not even the 4th of July. They're not supposed to be firing those up. This isn't Ralston or this isn't Bellevue where they can do that. So my first thought is, that is so awesome that there's some defiant 12-year-old out there saying, fuck you. I'm lighting this off right now.
Yeah.
And then we're also in a nation where we're profiting off of selling those two 12-year-olds to blow up. So if I hear that and it goes off, I'm thinking that's awesome that we're in a community that allows fireworks to be shot off from June 29th to July 8th. Or if even better, you could say, we live in a really tight neighborhood where you can't even have 3 chickens in your backyard and they're lighting off fireworks in defiant of these stupid rules of people trying to take away people's fun, people's rights, people's liberties. So I even enjoy it even more when I hear a firework go off out of date, out of time, and out of place.
Yeah.
It's like, this is America. Fuck yeah.
I've got some like theories floating around about just like life in general that I haven't come to terms yet, but I'm thinking about. Like I'm watching.
Oh,
You don't have it all figured out yet?
No. But like I watch things happen and I try to figure out, okay, does that play well with this theory and this kind of thing? But in that particular instance that you just talked about, like what I've found that works well for me is that I think we are all here to we've all been given this gift of being a human, right? And we're all here to enjoy it, all the good, all the bad.
Yeah.
It's weird to say enjoy the bad, but it's like it's that experience.
You have to have the bad to make the good.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
And so looking at a situation like that, like, you know, we're laying in bed and the fireworks are going off or whatever, and to us it's like, God, this sucks. But then if I just sit there and I think about that kid, or even that
second thought,
even that 40-year-old guy, whoever it is, that's out there lighting those things and is just freaking loving it. You know, and I just think to myself, how excited is he right now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what he was intended. That's what he was intended to experience. Who am I to stop that? You know, just for something that's making me feel
a little inconvenience.
Yeah.
That is exactly what the forefathers had in mind. We're gonna build this thing up to where in 250 years we're gonna have these mass-produced fireworks from China shipped over here, and a drunk 40-year-old's gonna be on Beaver Lake and just be blowing the shit out of that.
Just blow his thumb off.
I mean, 3 days before the celebration even starts, he's gonna be celebrating with a bush light. This is guys, let's do this. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Come on, right there, TJ. Sign right there.
Right. TJ. Yeah, no, I don't know.
That's how they talk to each other, the forefathers.
I bet they did.
They all had nicknames.
I bet they
Georgie
did.
boy.
Oh my gosh. Well, I think even taking it a step further is like, then we could probably be grateful we're like in a house and not like homeless.
Wow. Have a little gratitude.
A
Absolutely.
tent
love that.
next door.
Absolutely.
Like then, you know what I mean? I don't know. So there's just so many different things. Like just step back a little bit. It was fine. It wasn't harming anybody.
Yeah.
But it was a conversation, and
Of
I think
course.
a couple, we can do that, but we're not taking it to the next level in being a narc or going to their door, which would have been better than calling them in. But there's just so many layers that.
And didn't you just feel a little bit better about yourself when you thought, you know what, good for that guy?
Yeah,
You do.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit. I'm
like,
happy
okay,
for
they're
that.
having fun.
So you get to experience a level of satisfaction and appreciation that a fucking Karen could never even approach.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
don't
Yes.
be a Karen.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
USA all the way.
All the way, baby.
We're taking it down. We're
And if you're listening to this and your name is actually Karen, we're not specifically talking about you,
Well,
That's
unless
right.
you're the Karen.
unless you fit that role.
No, I have nothing but love for even the Karens and people that are named Karen that act like Karens.
What's the
but-
guy version of Karen?
Ooh, that's a good one. I would just.
I don't know, but I did post the other day on my story because I thought this was cool. We don't have a basketball hoop because of our driveway is too steep, and Joel wanted to go play basketball, and our neighbor Doug
Yeah.
is so awesome about he'll just move his car. So he moves his car and parks on his own lawn. And I was like, I just videoed it real quick, and I'm like, don't
Yeah.
be a Karen, be a Doug,
I love that.
because
Be a Doug.
he just moved his car and wanted kids in his yard
Yeah.
to play
I
basketball.
love that. That he's a true patriot. Doug is what
So-
America should be.
Yeah. But I don't
Shout out
know
Doug.
what the opposite of Karen is for a guy. Is it Bob?
No,
All
the
right,
opposite.
we'll close it with this.
Okay. What is it?
It says that there's actually 4:
Oh.
David, Kevin, Darren, and Ken.
Oh.
And it gives a description for all 4 of them. So number 1, David. This is coming from Gen Z. Has popularized this. A choice based on data revealing that David is one of the most common names left on negative, demanding to speak to a manager type talk.
Okay.
I'll call the committee on you.
Kevin is widely used across social media to describe a man who displays entitled, oblivious, or unnecessarily aggressive behavior in public.
Okay.
So Kevin's got
He's
got a chip on his
aggressive.
shoulder.
Yeah,
He's
he
angry.
does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little fire,
What
little
is the
spit
Ken? I would have never thought
Darren
of Ken.
is the next
Oh,
one.
Darren.
A popular nickname on platforms like Reddit, partially because it rhymes with Karen.
Oh.
Darrens
I like Darren.
are
Yeah.
often characterized as loud, middle-aged men who are particularly annoying,
Okay.
but often deeply malicious
Oh.
to service and hospitality workers. Think we might know one of those.
Say one thing, do another. Act a different way. Okay.
We do. His name is not Darren, but it starts with a D.
All right, so the next one is the last one is Ken, but this actually says Ken/Chad. I don't know, so maybe there's 5.
I've heard that. Don't be a Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says commonly suggested by the internet through though these terms are sometimes used with different, more specific connotations in slang. Doesn't really give a good
So
description.
to me, Ken is always like Barbie and Ken. I always think of Ken being like a popular guy. So I would never put Ken as. I would never say that, but maybe a Chad.
I like
Typical
Darren.
behaviors across the board is an exaggerated sense of entitlement, especially in customer service or retail settings. Quick to anger over minor inconveniences and highly likely to demand to speak to a manager, publicly policing the behavior of others. I mean, that literally, like, that all sounds like all the
Yep.
things that we've been talking about this
Yeah,
whole
it
podcast.
does. And that's a Ken?
That's just
Chad.
in general.
Oh,
that's
that's
the
in
guy.
general. Okay, that's
the guy
everybody.
version of a
I
Karen.
kind of like Daryl. Just because.
Don't be a Devin, be a Doug.
Be a Doug. Don't be a Darren.
Darren,
Don't
not
be a
Devin.
Darren. I always did this bit making fun of Apple in Apple stores, and when something like, "Hello, my name is Devin, and I'll be your genius today." Oh,
Genius.
Jesus, I've been reduced to this where
Yeah.
Devin's solving my problems for
Yeah,
me.
totally.
All right. Well, I think that about sums it up. it's
Happy Independence Day, everybody.
I should say, if you go to the Farm Focused website or Stock and Rod website, we're giving 25% off of everything right now for 250th anniversary.
Nice.
So if you put in America 250, that's the code at checkout, you're gonna get 25% off of anything on the website, with the exception of like stuff that's on sale.
Sweet. And there's no discussion there. You can be a Darren, a Karen, or a Doug.
Whatever you want.
Everybody gets
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's America.
25%. You get
Nice.
25. You get 25.
Okay, Oprah.
All right. Anything else?
No, happy 4th.
Yeah, get out there, celebrate,
America.
have fun.
Light those
Remember,
fireworks off. Have a good one.
Yeah.
remember what you've got and
Yep.
why
Be
you've
grateful.
got it. Yeah, show some gratitude.
USA.
USA. Yes, let's go. All right.
Anything else?
Peace.
All right.
Later.
See you.